Hey, nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us this week. I am Eric. This is Phil.
Today I am here voluntarily.
Imagine that. Imagine that. That's brilliant. Anyway.
I was just imagining.
Yeah. How was it? Was it good?
Yeah.
It's a pretty day out. I mean, I know last week it was nasty, but pretty day. Anyway, today we're gonna go through a list of 2020.
Keeping you on your toes.
Today we're gonna go through a list of 2024 releases that we're looking forward to. Obviously, we're not gonna run down everything that that's gonna be released because there's a lot.
And maybe not necessarily bottles that we're super excited to try or buy, but at least that we're interested in. It has kind of piqued our interest in the 2024 year. Worth considering, because some of these might be price dependent.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've got two of them on my list that I think the prices are going to go up on. And then in spirit of the new releases, I went and saw Joe over at Savannah this morning. He happened to have some of the.
Hey Joe.
Hey Joe. He happened to have some of the Traveler on the shelf. Really good price actually. So if that's something you guys are looking for, go hit up Savannah.
Our first 2024 release.
First 2024 release. It seems. I mean, this seems like the polarizing bottle so far early this year. Because I mean, if you look in the groups, you got people that love it, you got people that hate it, and you got people that have to have it. You got people that let it sit on the shelf. So I've never had it. I know you have never had it.
Nope.
90 proof. I mean, it's a really pretty bottle.
What, Buffalo? Is it Buffalo Trace?
It is Buffalo. It's a Buffalo Trace company, but I believe it's Canadian whiskey.
Oh, that's right.
I believe it's a blend of Canadian whiskey and something that Chris Stapleton wanted to put in it.
Easy sipper.
Easy sippers. That's what they're calling it.
Pour that for us.
Go ahead, crack it.
I'm gonna pour mine.
Well, that's fine. Are we gonna get? There it is. There it is. That's the sound. Does it smell like? Does it smell like Canadian whiskey?
It doesn't. It doesn't smell that bad. It smells sweet, like fruity.
I generally find that your Canadian whiskeys have
this plant is dying.
Leave my poinsettia alone.
It is falling.
So the show was in jeopardy this week because I was ill. I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Yes, I don't know what you. It smells fruity.
I was gonna ask you. Do you find that that Canadian whiskeys in general are sweeter? Like the Caribou Crossing, don't you find that it is sweeter because it's at a lower proof?
You're asking me.
It does have a nice, and the consensus.
Canadian whiskey.
The consensus that I've heard is that the nose has been spectacular.
Well,
but it didn't follow through.
It kind of smells like a toned down John J. Bowman.
Mm.
Kind of fruity like that, but not as intense.
I definitely.
Okay. That is gone.
Gone, just like that.
It's gone. So, the best way I can describe it is if you had some sort of Buffalo Trace, but like, remember our first bout of COVID? It's kind of like that, like you're drinking and you can tell something's supposed to be there.
It's like,
but it's not there.
It just vanishes.
Like is something supposed to be there.
It's good. It's
I don't know.
I like it.
I don't remember what it tastes like.
I would buy it. I think for the price.
For the price?
For the price, I'd buy this. I would buy this.
Buffalo Trace.
I would buy this over Buffalo Trace.
No. I don't remember what this tastes like, and I had it 15 seconds ago.
For a 30-some odd dollar, it'd be a great mixer. Tell me I'm wrong.
Who wants to pay $40 for a mixer?
I mean,
nobody.
I mean, you must not have hated it too much.
It's like I said, it's like drinking water.
You're getting yourself a refill.
Like if it's going to be gone.
Well, at least the bottle's pretty. At least it's got a really cool bottle.
I do like the bottle.
It's a
bottle's good. Nose is good.
And the taste is not. The taste isn't.
It tastes like 60% water.
It's not offensive. It's not an offensive taste.
Which is why you can
if you gave somebody this for a gift for a birthday, Christmas, they're not going to be insulted. So anyway, moving on. Phil, what let's go ahead and start running down our what we're looking forward to most in the coming year.
No, what is yours?
Well, so I'm going to go in no particular order, okay? Because I'm looking forward to all of these.
In order.
So based on last year's release, I guess if I'm starting and it's coming out, it's already out, is Larceny Barrel Proof A124.
A124.
I know that somebody's posted that the tasting notes have changed a bit. They went from a caramel to a burnt caramel, and they're adding more spice to it.
It's hard to believe it can be much spicier than their last 2 batches.
I didn't find so.
Man, that
Yeah.
that C923 is spicy.
Yeah.
Cinnamon spice, so I don't know.
I'm almost wondering what kind of spice they're going to go with. But no, that's definitely one that I'm looking forward to because Larceny Barrel Proof is probably my favorite semi-allocated bottle. It's typically easier to find than some of the other stuff, but it's also not the easiest in the world to find. But
No, but you'll be able to grab a bottle, I
Yes.
think. Well,
well,
this is the first release since Minnick did his thing,
right.
so don't know if it's going to be... But maybe if they throw enough polarizing reviews out there, people will back off a little bit.
And I'm wondering if that's what a lot of that is about.
Probably not. They're not all going to be A+. They're not all going to be...
They can't be. But what would you go with? I mean, if you had to just off the...
That's some of the best water I've ever had. Bardstown's doing another collab series release. Copper and Kings. It's double Mistil. Or double Mistel. I'm not really sure what it is. I've never had anything finished in that. Don't know much about it. From my understanding, it's like a Mistel barrel would be like they take unfermented grapes and they mix brandy in with it, so maybe you get some of that brandy finish in there, which sounds pretty good.
There's going to be a unique
It's going to be
sweetness
10 years old. It's going to be lower proof. It's going to be high rye, 21% rye. But Bardstown has just been freaking crushing it.
Yeah, they have.
Low proof, high proof. Their low proof Origin series, great. Freaking Disco 11 is 118 proof, crushing it on that. Pretty much everything they've been coming out with lately has been a hit.
Did you get to try the Disco 11?
I've tried it once.
Oh, man, it was so good.
That's
probably...
I'm way up in there. Hey, nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
That's probably the best Bardstown that I've ever had.
In Bardstown, which I love, they put the age on there.
Mm-hmm.
They put the mash bill on there. You know everything about it when you look at the bottle. So that's probably these Bardstown releases. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for.
So
2024.
My next one, and you're gonna see you're gonna know the theme with me because it's you
I
call
already
it
know then.
you know.
I already
So
know it's a turkey product.
there's a few of them in here that I'm looking forward to.
That's good because that's my next one too.
Is it?
Not turkey product, but a theme.
Oh, good. Well, anyway, my I guess going forward, Master's Keep, Wild Turkey's next Master's Keep is going to be a 10-year-old rye. It's going to be a 104 proof 10-year-old rye, which is going to make it the longest aged rye that Wild Turkey has produced. I'm excited about it. The only problem I'm going to find with that is if they're going to do like they did with the Voyage and just jack the MSRP way up. I mean, you're looking at $300.
I would assume the MSRP is going to be the same. I'd be more interested in a 10-year rye from Wild Turkey, though,
Oh yeah.
than a Voyage.
Well, in general, Turkey's high rye content is what gives them their distinct spice flavor.
Am I interested enough to pay $300 for it? Probably.
I will. I mean, I will. Like it's
Is the box teal? I don't know.
no, it's gonna be green, which I like green also.
Oh, well, if it's a green box, then you gotta get it.
Got to get it. I want the Shaw. Green and white, baby. Green and white.
Well, I will say I'm more likely to pay $300 for that than the Voyage.
That's fair. What's so sticking with your theme? What's your theme taking you to?
Penelope.
Ooh.
Penelope is releasing an estate collection.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really like, I think MGP bought them in June of last year, so this is like their first full estate release. Well, not estate, but series release under
MGP.
Under MGP. So I'm interested to see how that changes, if they kind of get the Remus treatment and all that.
So you know how I feel about that. So I feel like,
look, I'm an MGP fan.
And according to my blinds, I'm an MGP fan too, other than Penelope. Penelope has not done well in blinds for me. But I've always loved Remus. Or is it Remus?
I always said Remus.
Remus is probably one of my favorite whiskeys, right? So my long-standing thought was that MGP, because Remus is MGP. I think MGP owns Remus. I've always felt like the companies that MGP owns is going to get the better juice.
Yeah, I think something like technically Luxco owns Penelope, which MGP owns Luxco or something like that.
I just think that it's going to be a better product. I think I've not been a fan of Penelope over the years.
My hope more so is that they start going the route of like Bardstown and start giving us some age-dated stuff, like that 9-year Penelope, which is great. The 9-year Penelope had the mash bill on the bottle, just like a Bardstown bottle. I hope they start doing more some of that. Maybe make it more readily available for someone. I mean, most of the stuff we can get, but stuff like Rio, can't really get. The 9, I haven't seen a 9-year in months. So I'm hoping MGP kind of starts pumping them out a little bit.
So I guess moving on, I'll stick with my theme.
So this is your third or second one?
I am on my third.
Okay.
And yes, I am cheating a little. I've got a notepad there because it's hard to remember.
That's a lot of stuff, man.
It's a lot of stuff. So sticking with my theme.
Okay.
This is probably going to be one of the more expensive ones, the more expensive MSRPs. It may not be as high as Master's Keep.
So more expensive Wild Turkey. Is that the thing?
Yeah, it's going to be some more expensive Wild Turkey. I'm looking at the Russell's 15. Everybody that watches this show knows that I am a Russell's fanboy. I'm a Middle West fanboy, but Russell's 13 is my favorite whiskey I've ever had. Ever. Mm-hmm. And you take that juice and age it 2 more years, I'm just excited to try that.
I already know it's your favorite whiskey.
Oh, 100%. It's already my favorite. Like, go ahead. I don't need to be blinded to know that that's going to be my favorite whiskey.
No, you don't need to taste it. It's your favorite whiskey right now.
For sure. So, yeah. That's everything. But think about it, right? The gold that is Russell's 13.
Yo, I know how hard Russell's 13 is to get, so...
I can't imagine how bad this is going to be to find, but... listen...
Find than a BTAC Van Winkle.
I think it'd probably be easier to find than that.
I don't know, man.
Whoever owns Wild Turkey, I mean, if they keep jacking these prices up, I've got a theory what they're doing. They're trying to cut out the secondary, which I don't know if it's successful or not, but I know we have seen Master's Keep on the shelf.
I haven't.
I've seen it on the shelf. I saw, in fact, when...
I've seen it on the shelf at museum prices.
I mean, I think Joe had it on his allocation drop. He had 2 bottles of it on the shelf.
That's an allocation drop. That's different. That's not like something you're just going to walk in on a random Tuesday.
Have you ever gone into any allocation drop that wasn't a museum and saw a Van Winkle on the shelf?
Oh, yeah.
No, that wasn't a museum.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. Van Winkle's, BTACs, these allocation drops get wild.
No, I get it, but Rouse isn't going to make you buy it in a basket.
No, probably not locally. It's probably not going to be so much here.
It's going to be in a raffle.
All over, like those states like Mississippi and stuff like that.
No. Well, I know Mississippi. I mean, that's where I found mine. So, I mean, it. Again, though, it's like you're gonna find it in a
text.
You're gonna find it in a little hole in the wall place. Oh my god, dude! So unprofessional. So anyway, what's next on your list
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
It's Penelope Rio.
Nice theme.
That's it.
That's it, huh? No.
I mean, we know what Penelope Rio is.
It's the slightly watered down version of Barrel Amburana.
It's got far more.
Disagree.
Okay, it's far more flavorful.
Disagree.
You can disagree all you want. Bambi is just spicier.
Bambi tastes better. They're both MGP.
That is your opinion.
Now, I am curious, like what you're saying.
They don't taste the same.
I am curious as if what we're theorizing is true, and that MGP is going to give them a little bit better product now. I would be way more curious to try that with this coming batch than last year's batch.
I just want it to be available.
I like the bottle. You know I love that color, so.
I don't give a crap about the bottle color. I like it. Is it my favorite Penelope? I don't know. It's the most unique bottle that I've had that wasn't... The most unique bottle I've had that wasn't crap. Like a Copper Tears.
Oh, leave that stuff
Very
out of
unique
this.
crap.
Should I stick with my theme or should I change it up and go with the theme at the end?
No. Stick with your theme.
Russell's Single Rick House Camp Nelson B. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know that last year's Single Rick House was extremely expensive. I know that everybody that I know that have had it raved about it.
Yeah.
They said that it's what you would expect Russell's 13 to be.
You've got a lot of... you'll be spending a lot of money if you want all these bottles.
You know what, though? If I buy these bottles, I'll crack them on the show. We'll sit here and we'll drink them together on the show.
Well, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. And we'll do live reviews of them. I'm good with that.
You can do a whole Wild Turkey Russell's wine.
You know I'm good with that. That'd be
if
my
you
favorite show.
If you pick a single barrel first, you won't be okay with it.
Oh, no, I'll be okay with it because it's still a Russell's product.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Anyway.
You're a liar.
So anyway, what's next for you?
The return of the Maker's Mark Wood Finishing Series.
You mean the wood finishing series that they said they were done with?
The Heart Series is what they're calling it.
Oh, so it won't be the wood finishing series?
No, it's a wood finishing series. It's going to be lower proof, though. Well, it's like 112, 113.
Still, I mean, it's...
I'm assuming it's going to be the same price. They're doing, so it's going to be like a American oak in French oak stave. So maybe they're like, it's going to be some sort of more Maker's 46 type profile on it. I know the French oak tends to be a little spicier than the American oak, so you're going to get I think it's toasted staves. So it's gonna be probably a toasted profile, but it might have a little rye profile as well. So
that would be.
It's kind of in the.
That would be interesting.
The wood finishing series tends to have a little bit of spice on it.
What's a weeded rye?
Well, they're all rye,
and they're all weeded.
I mean, they're all weeded, but they're. If I had to guess, I would guess this one would be more heavy on the vanilla caramel kind of thing. I have no idea.
I would be good. I like the vanilla.
If it's in that same price range, I'll probably get it. If they're raising the price on it, I don't see why. There's going to be 5 in this series. They're saying it's the first of their second wood finishing series, so I'm guessing they're counting all of the previous ones in one series.
It's one of my go-tos for sure.
So,
anyway,
one of the price-dependent ones I was talking about. If it's in that 75 to 80 range, I'll probably pick up the bottle.
Well, if I'm going to pigtail a little bit of what you're looking forward to on your makers, I'm going to also just throw it in there that I really wouldn't mind seeing a cellar aged in 2024 because I know they're releasing it again.
I want them to be... I'm hoping now that they know this is going to be an annual thing and it was successful. Louisiana got like 80 friggin' bottles.
I hope it's...
60 of them went to restaurants.
Yeah.
I hope we can actually get some... Just to at least make it as available as Russell's 13.
At least. But again, I mean, I don't know, man. I would love to get my hands on a bottle of it. I want to try it really badly. And
in the same vein as that, speaking of like the toasted rye profile, Elijah Craig. Heaven Hill's releasing an Elijah Craig toasted barrel rye.
That sounds really
in
good.
2024. That's another one, price dependent. If it's in that same $40 to $50 price range.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be 40, 50. I think it's going to be closer to 70 to 80.
I mean, the Toasted Barrels on the shelf right now, $45.
Yeah, they are, but this is going to be a new release. Did you see if it was going to have
I think it's 60 plus.
Yeah, but did you see is it going to be a barrel proof one? Is that one of the stipulations? I didn't see it. I heard about it, but I didn't hear any details about it. If it's a barrel proof,
90s.
If it's a barrel proof toasted
I think
rye,
like 94.
well, that's their regular. I mean, I'm gonna tell you,
just toasted.
dude. I would love to try Elijah Craig toasted barrel if it was a barrel proof.
There are tons of stuff I'd like to try at Cash.
Oh yeah.
But this, I don't believe will be.
And what's your last?
Put me on the spot there.
You have a cheat sheet next to you.
I don't want to look at it.
You should have put it in front of you. It's way easier to look at. See,
I can't remember what it is now, though.
You can't tell if I'm looking at the camera or looking at the notebook. I don't know, maybe you can see my
The
eyeballs.
last
moving.
one's Bomburgers.
Okay, Michter's.
Bomburgers, it's another barrel that I'm unfamiliar with. Haven't had any of these finishes. It's a Colt or Colte. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. It's French. Don't know. It's going to be 100, just over 100 proof, like 100.2 or something. I think 2023 was 108, so it's a little tuned down. But what they say about these Colt barrels is that they're like super rare, super hard to find. They're hand-picked oak trees, hand-pick the oak trees for these barrels because their like grains are tighter or something. Is it a gimmick?
Probably.
Probably so. But it's Michter's product, so is it worth the price? I can't guarantee that. Is it going to be good? I can probably guarantee that. It's Michter's product. It's probably going to be good.
It's going to be at least pretty good.
But I'm at least intrigued by it because it's another one of those finishes that I've never. So just like the Mistel and the first one, Colt. I don't know if you've had either of those. Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first I'm seeing of it, so I'm curious about the Bomburgers. Most Michter's products.
Bomburger Shanks, like any of those releases, I'm intrigued by. And I guess so. Yeah, I'm going to throw a sixth one in there just because. Could I really call myself a Middle West fanboy if I didn't bring up that Middle West has majorly expanded its campus? So I'm assuming their production is going to ramp up.
So your sixth is anything from Middle West.
Any
in 2020.
Any bourbon from Middle West, yes. I will say that's going to jump into my have to have
whiskey from Middle West.
So their whiskey's good. Their bourbon is significantly better. So I've tried their weeded. I've had their weeded whiskey and their weeded bourbon back to back, and the weeded bourbon is just so much better to me. It's so much sweeter, and I'm guessing again that goes back to last week's episode where if it doesn't have a high enough corn content in it, it doesn't work for me. So where'd you land on the Travelers? It's not it's not terrible. It's not good. It's what you would expect out of a $25 bottle, and it costs a little bit more than that.
It's Buffalo Trace if you lost your sense of taste and smell.
I mean, to me, it tastes exactly like Buffalo Trace, but watered down. And I don't know that.
Yeah.
But that's
flavor there, but I know there's flavor there. I just can't taste it.
I can't identify any notes. The nose was fantastic, but I can't identify any notes. So that's that. I mean, that's our review of it. It's not, again, $30, $35, whatever it is. It's worth the risk, I would say. If you're not a heavy overhanded person, I would say risk it, but that's up to you. There are far better things out there for $30. Coming soon, we're gonna have Todd back on the show, which it's something cool. I'm gonna let Phil explain it, but we're gonna call it. What are we calling it?
Todd's Bourbon Briefcase.
Yeah, Todd's Briefcase.
Famous Bourbon Briefcase.
Why do y'all want to add famous to everything?
Because it's famous.
Let's make it famous first. It's not famous yet.
It's famous.
It's just Todd's Bourbon Briefcase.
Who are you to determine what's famous? It's Todd's Famous Bourbon Briefcase.
Do you care to explain to our audience what
basically Todd's gonna throw like 3 to 4 bottles in a briefcase
of his choosing.
We won't know what it is. He's gonna blind it to us, drink it on the show, We're gonna rank them, and once we ranked them, we're gonna pop open the briefcase and see what the hell we just drank. Probably.
I wonder how much I could offer
Some
Todd.
Bland's and Russell's 13.
I wonder how much I could offer Todd to throw a Malort in there just for you to drink.
I'd be okay with it.
No, you would. I'm gonna have. Like,
I'm the one that wants the Malort penalty.
No, I don't.
I will drink it right now.
Let's do the
I will
four.
drink
Let's
it right
do the
now.
4 queens penalty.
I will drink it.
Let's do the
right
4 queens
now.
penalty.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm not
guys.
scared.
Yes, you are.
I'm
You
not.
hate 4 queens.
You're like one of 17.
That's okay. The competition means way more to you than it does to me, anyway.
That's why the penalties are so great.
If you say so. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in this week. Like, comment, subscribe, share, everything that you can do to help us grow the page. We'll see y'all next week. I don't know what we're doing, but it ought to be fun.
I don't know.
No idea. But either way, see y'all next week.
Put me on the spot.
How's that putting you on the spot if I'm asking you an opinion on something that you've had many times? I mean, fucking start talking then.
Put me on the spot there.
While you fondle the microphone over there, putting
Something
feedback.
on the mic here.
Every time you do that.
Damn,
Every
it
time you
does a
fucking
little
do that.
spike. Hard cut.
I ain't cutting this shit out.
You say that every week too. I don't.